What is up, hooligans? Happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. Appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you hit that like button. More likes, more hooligans. I'm going to read through the schedule really quick, and we'll make sure everything is running smoothly. We'll see how things go. I just got an email from the people that run my live stream server thing, whatever, the service I pay for. Just sent me an email saying that they made everything all better. We shouldn't be getting a gray screen anymore over on YouTube, but I have the settings really low because that's what they told me to do to keep things running. So maybe the next live stream will be a higher quality, but hopefully you guys can see me and hear me. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can see me and hear me clearly, so I know if we have tech issues. On the schedule, we'll be starting off with a video titled "Insider Trading is Just Too Tempting in Congress." I think if you're a part of Congress, you shouldn't even be able to be in the stock market. It's not right. It's not right. Then we have a video titled "East Bay Cops Arrested in FBI Raids." Just some corrupt cops. That police force lost 40% of their officers because of that raid, or those raids. Then we will be moving forward to the last video we're going to show on YouTube. It's titled, I don't know what that word is. I'm not from Hawaii, so I don't know. But it's, I keep wanting to say Lithuania. That's not what it is. It's Lahi. Out in Maui, okay? Out in Maui, residents sound off on realtors looking to buy destroyed property. But there's all kinds of stuff going on with Maui. There's all kinds of stuff. The government's trying to get those properties and all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff. That video is a really good summary of everything happening in Maui and you know, the devastation that's happening over there and stuff. Then we're cutting off YouTube because the community guidelines are just too strict for these next videos. We'll be moving forward to a video titled "No Mercy. Old Man Walter's administration enrages families of a terrorist attack that happened in 2001 because those people who flew the planes into that American property that caused devastation, almost 3,000 or over 3,000 Americans died that day. Can't say what it is because if you talk about it, it's against community guidelines over on YouTube. Can't even talk about that day, that dark day that we acknowledge. We say we remember on that day every year. It's actually coming up. It's coming up. But yeah, so terrorists are no longer eligible for the death penalty under Old Man Walter's administration. Because why would you want that? And then we'll be wrapping things up for today's live with a video titled "Liberal Media Pushes Compliance Cloths Again, Even While You're at Home." Even if you're at your own home, you don't want your cat to die of the plague, get that compliance cloth. Let the government know you love them and you listen closely. Anyways, that's what's on the schedule of the day. Let me read through the chats really quick. Make sure everything is running. See how all of you hooligans are doing. What's up, Sam? You're the first one on the website today. Appreciate you being here. Happy freedom. 1 to the 1th. Yeah, we're always loud and clear over on the website. If we're not good on the website, we are trash everywhere else. The website always has the best quality. I appreciate you being here, Sam. What's up, Snooks? What's up, Get Some J? What's up, JT3? What's up, Ghostly? What's up, Girth? What's up, Elisa? What's up, Breezy? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate you guys all being here. What's up, Shannon? What's up, DCat? What's up, Elder Zoomer? What is your name? What's up, Pyro? Happy freedom. Appreciate all of you guys being here. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. What's up, Pumpkin? Happy freedom to you. It's Friday, isn't it? Is it Friday? Let me check a little thing here. Ta-da-da. Happy Freedom Friday, you hooligans. Klaus, you didn't remind me today was Friday. Co-host. What is it? What are they for? What are they for? What's up, Pico? Happy freedom. From across the lake, are you in Wisconsin or are you in Illinois? Appreciate you being here on the live. Okay, so to everyone that watches on Odyssey, Odyssey's having issues. I need to talk to their tech support team. This is like 3 days in a row now that there's some sort of issue. It says that I'm live on Odyssey, and if you go and you watch, it's actually showing you yesterday's live, but it's telling you that it's live right now, and I can't even stop it. I can't even stop the show from happening over there. So I don't know what's going on with Odyssey. It's having issues. It's still stuck in yesterday. So I just, I don't know what to do. And I tried to reset the stream and it's giving me errors and stuff. So I got to talk to their technical team and be like, hey, fix your platform. Something's wrong. So there's pretty much no Odyssey today. Well, you can watch Odyssey, but you ain't going to see today's live. You'll see yesterday's. What's up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom. What's up, DeRosa? Appreciate you being here. Happy freedom to you. What's up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Grey Wolf? What's up, Red Wagon? What's up, Mr. Beansy Beans? Happy freedom, all of you hooligans. I appreciate you guys being here. Mr. Beansy Beans, Oprah's a piece of shit. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. And everybody was talking about her being in Maui and, oh, she's handing out blankets and da-da-da-da-da. I seen a video where somebody was saying, yeah, well, she's got enough money to buy the whole island. How about she really wants to help. How about just pay for everybody that needs help there? You could just fix everything up for them. No, she doesn't want to give that kind of charity. But here's a blanket. Here's a Red Cross blanket. Nah, she was out there for publicity. Out there for publicity. What's up, everyone over on YouTube? What's up, Toy Mafia? What's up, Robert? What's up, Damon Walker? What's up, Shanti? What's up, Kevin? What's up, Anthony? What's up, Gregory? What's up, Adrian? What's up, Mike? Happy freedom, all of you hooligans. Appreciate you guys being here. What's up, Tumbleweed? What's up, Be a Blessing? What's up, Matthew? Sam, you're omnipresent. What's up, 24/7? What's up, Salty Ragu? What's up, Leonardo? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Half you guys I get to hang out with all day because you show up at the gaming live because you guys are awesome. What's up, Jason? Appreciate all of you guys being here. What's up, Cindy? What's up, Donald? Happy freedom. I don't know if you're the same Donald that writes me on the website, but I will be writing somebody back on the website. I know I've been missing my messages. I will write everyone back that has messaged me on the website. I've just been so busy this week. Whispers of Chaos, Lahana, thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. What's up, Seppa? All right, I think we're good. Sawdog snuck in right at the end there. You made it just in time. Happy freedom to you, hooligan. What's up, James? Let's go ahead and get her started. This first one's titled, Insider Trading is Just Too Tempting in Congress. These people. The government lives in their own world, and they're just sucking all the money out of all of us, and we're just letting it happen. We need a peaceful resolve. That's what we need. Go get you a Screaming Goat t-shirt. Go get you one of those. You can get that design on a coffee mug. You can get it in tank tops, hoodies, all that stuff. Probably more. I can't remember. Go to the merch store. Check out all the cool stuff we have there. All the great things going on. I'll drop the link in the chat while you're watching the video. Let's get her started, hooligans.
Seeing a lot of double standards in the American justice system lately, but here's one that hasn't received very much coverage lately. 78 members of Congress have violated the Stock Act, a law designed to prevent insider trading and stop conflicts of interest. And you know what their defenses are? They offer excuses like ignorance of the law, clerical errors, and accounting mistakes, as reported by Insider magazine. Imagine that you claimed ignorance of the law, or you simply forgot to report it. If that were you or I, we'd find ourselves either locked up or facing some heavy fines. But the D.C. establishment, not even a slap on the wrist, literally. Business continues as usual for them. Join me now, former stockbroker and the OG, the real Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort. Jordan, good to have you. Some of us would spend time behind bars for doing things that they're doing. Why don't you tell our audience what they're allowed to do that you and I or they wouldn't be allowed to do, but DC insiders are?
Well, there were reporting requirements for people that are in Congress. They have to report their trades at a certain point each year, and there's simply not many of them, 78 of them, right? And if the SEC has those laws in place for people as well, like ordinary citizens, right? But if we violate those laws, you're at least getting fined by the SEC and probably getting a criminal indictment on top of that. But in the case of Congress, like, oops, we didn't really know what it was about. You know, we passed the laws ourselves and whatnot, and they get away with it. And it's kind of always the case. And you go back to Nancy Pelosi's husband, especially, he's the king of this, or, through Nancy, that, making millions of dollars. He just closed out and I think he's put $2.6 million into Microsoft for making another huge hit. So, I mean, I think it's time that this is put to an end, really. It needs to stop. There should be a ban, which they proposed, but it died. And of course, the law never got passed. There should be a ban on Congress and trading on information like this. It should just be not trading at all, in my opinion.
So there it is. By the way, folks, it's not just Democrats. We're pointing the finger at Republicans and Democrats, both sides of the aisle. Senator Feinstein, Senator Marshall, Hickenlooper, Senator Whitehouse, Carper, Gary Peters, Dan Sullivan, Senator Kelly, Raskin, Wasserman Schultz, Madison Cawthorn did, several others, both sides. But here's the issue. The Stock Act is an act for Congress, people elected officials in Congress who are allowed to trade on information. They're allowed to invest in companies based on information they have, or in some cases are about to decide legalities of certain things. So think of this, folks, for a second. I'm Nancy Pelosi. I know that in my district there's a paper company, a paper mill that needs water. They can't get the water, and they can't get a variance. Nancy Pelosi can sign a law that allows that paper company to get that variance. Meanwhile, her husband or she can invest in that company, which is going to make it so much more profitable with the access to the water that they can make money. If Jordan Belfort or Eric Bolling did it, or anyone watching, we would go to jail for that. But they're allowed to do it. So the thing is, Jordan, they're allowed to cheat, but they're cheating beyond what they're even allowed to cheat. They can't help themselves.
Here's the thing. Even the slightest bit of information that you have an edge in can make a huge difference when it comes to investing. It doesn't take a lot. So like you made a very good point. It could just be as simple as having, they know they're voting in a certain way. They know what the other people in their block are going to vote, which way they're going to vote. And the small change can lead to a huge change in the bottom line for a company and the stock price. And listen, if you look back at Paul Pelosi's track record, he's warm.
His hammer video.
I'll give you one. As good as Jordan. Jordan, you and I, listen to this. Paul Pelosi invested in NVIDIA. NVDA, it's a microchip stock. Prior, maybe 30 days, 45 days prior to the Biden administration signing over $50 billion to who? The microchip companies, including NVIDIA. He made a boatload of cash. Now, how? She knew it was going to get passed. She was Speaker of the House at the time. How in the world is that legal?
Let's go one step. Let's go back to COVID for a second. I hate to go there, but even like when they passed the COVID restrictions, it was for everyone but them. Like, in other words, it's like there's exemptions they put into these laws so that the law doesn't apply to them. It's really, time that it comes to an end. This is such an obvious conflict of interest. And I don't care, listen, it's just too tempting. Like, if you're sitting there, you have this ability, and a lot of it's very in the gray. So, like, they know it's difficult to prove. They can say, oh, no, I just like the stock. But at the end of the day, you really need to believe that all these people that are, they're beating the mark consistently and they're in Congress are not relying on this edge they have. Of course, it has to be. So
and by the way,
the law needs to be.
And by the way, they're supposed to be public servants. You're supposed to be a public servant when you're elected into Congress or the Senate or the president. You're not supposed to get there to rape, steal, and pillage your way into millions of dollars. Jordan, I got to go. I appreciate your time, my friend. I know you weren't feeling well. You made it to the camera. Always good to have you on. Good friend of the show. Good friend of mine, Jordan.
My pleasure.
Yeah, they shouldn't be allowed to do that. They have too much control over what happens in the country. And like they were saying, they could have Pelosi over there making moves for companies while her husband's in the background moving money around in stocks and stuff. And I think it's interesting that they brought up that NVIDIA stuff, because I've seen how NVIDIA has really boosted. And I thought, I don't know why I thought this, but I thought it was because of the AI. I thought the AI is what boosted the NVIDIA sales, because NVIDIA is working. They're developing AI just like Microsoft is and stuff like that. And it seems like all the companies that deal with AI just boosted, their stock boosted. So I assumed it was because of that and people investing in AI. But then when they bring up the Chips and Salsa Act, the old man Walter and Hyena Harris is always talking about, like, no, that's starting to make more sense. The government just gave a bunch of money to those companies, which raised the value of their stock. I see how things are going on. Yeah, politicians should not be allowed to do any kind of trading at all. They have too much control over it. It doesn't make any sense. And how come... Is it only the president that's not allowed to make extra bucks? Because, like, the president supposedly isn't supposed to be making any money that doesn't come from the people. Like, his salary is supposed to come from his job. That was the big thing about Trump when he got into office, is they were like, what is he going to do with all of his businesses? He's a multimillionaire because of all of his businesses. Well, he had to forfeit all of that and give it to his kids and stuff to run, because as president, he wasn't supposed to be taking money from anywhere outside of the job of being president. How come Pelosi and them are able to do that? Like, it doesn't make any sense. They don't want that for the president because they don't want the president to be swayed by outside sources of income. But it's okay for Congress and stuff to have that stuff going on? I don't know. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. We need to really refine what those job duties are for the government positions, because they're all in their little government club making all this money, doing all this insider trading, being exempt from the law. Look at Hunter Biden and all them. Not us. We got to work our ass off, barely make any money, not be able to survive, just for a chance to die or go to jail. Like, where's our win? Where's the good side of the deal for us? I don't understand that. We need to refine their job responsibilities. We need to do something. I know that. And I like how they brought up that they're claiming ignorance. Oh, we didn't know that we were supposed to claim or report insider trading and stuff like that. But they're also the ones that pass the laws. They're ignorant to the laws that they pass. I thought that was really interesting that they point that out. I also wonder, how does that reflect on their taxes? Because if you're moving money in and out, you need to pay taxes on that. If they're not reporting it, are they also not paying taxes on the stock that they're trading? Because that's capital gains. They should be paying, 40% tax or something on all those trades and investments and all that stuff going on. So I don't know. I got questions. I'm going to read through the chat really quick, and then we'll move forward to the next video. We only got a couple we're going to be showing on YouTube, because everything else is just too real. It's too real. It's too much truth for those YouTube community guidelines. So if you're on YouTube, go ahead and make your way over to Rumble. I posted the link at the top of the chat. Of course, the best place to be is jeffmaclive.com. If you got a couple bucks to join the membership program, that is the place to be. Brew Joe, make accountability great again. That's what we need. All from the top down, from the people that are in office that we elected or whatever. Those people, all the way down to teachers and local courthouses and stuff like that. Everybody needs to be held accountable, because this lack of accountability has our world in chaos. And it's only chaotic for those that follow the law, that actually do what they're supposed to be doing. We can see the chaos going on because we believe in structure and having structure and the benefits of having structure. And then you got people that are just wanting free stuff and committing crime and stealing things. And life's just the Wild West for those people, because there's no accountability. There's no jail time or nothing like that. What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom. Guess MJ, as a taxpayer, I invested in Kentucky Jelly. I've never heard of that. But now you make me want to invest a couple bucks. To Kentucky Jelly. That sounds alright. Guess MJ, president just needs to create a bunch of LLCs to get around it. Yeah, making shell companies and stuff like that. Well, now they just changed the tax requirements for that. If you have an LLC or like a C Corp or something like that, now you have to report taxes differently starting this upcoming tax season, I believe. I don't have an LLC, so I don't really worry about that, but that is the thing you just reminded me of. What's up, Sky Bear? Happy freedom. What's up, Chucky? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Firefox? That's a cool username. What's up, Tara? Happy freedom to you. Screaming Eagle, I wish somebody would give me some insider info. Really, you can, you won't get, there's ways. There's legal ways to kind of go around that stuff. Insider trading obviously is illegal, but if you watch the news, as we do, a lot of times you can plan ahead for those companies. You see companies on fire and stuff like that, or companies claiming bankruptcy, like Yellow, the freight company that we've had on the news a couple times last week or so. Their stock plummeted because of, they were going on they were talking about going on strike. They were laying off employees. They filed for bankruptcy, as far as I know. And so their stock was just went down to nothing. But then everybody bought, and then they got a bailout or something, and now their stock is through the roof. And everyone that bought the dip, they're doing really well right now. And most of those people were probably watching the news, and a lot of it comes from patterns. You pay attention to the news long enough, watch the news, watch the stock market, and I'm not giving financial advice here. This is just theories, okay? But you watch both, and you'll start to see like travesty happening, stock market being affected, and you'll see what makes it go up and down. And you see I did the opposite there. But you watch the patterns, and then you can make investments based on chaos happening in the news. And that's the next best thing to insider trading. It's legal, and it's a little bit of a heads up. You watch the news, something's breaking news, you're like, what companies are involved and where do I place my money? And I bet that's a good deal there. Again, this is not financial advice or legal advice because I'm not authorized to give that, but just theories, just out here drinking coffee and throwing theories. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Still sort of a free country. What's up, MU? Happy freedom. Appreciate you being here. Guess MJ, we knew Yellow was in trouble at UPS months before it was announced. Yeah, all those companies are struggling. I guess UPS got their deal that they were striking over. They make like $140,000 a year now. They were making like $40 an hour being a UPS driver, but now they make more than that because I guess the strike worked, I guess. Girth, I like going up and down. If she's pretty. What's up, Annette? Happy freedom. Appreciate you being here. What's up, Matt? Happy freedom, you hooligans. I keep checking the live. I've just been beat up about the quality of the last 2 weeks. So I keep like running the videos to see if they're running clear. No gray screens yet. DeRosa beyond insider trading. Yeah. Those people in Congress, they control everything here in the country. And then on top of it, they're setting themselves up to financially benefit from these changes. You can't tell me that those people care about the American people. We're not even on their mind. They're just like, oh, if we screw this company over and we boost this one up and we move all of our money before it happens, we'll just be double wealthy. And then they go to McDonald's and they're like, oh, this piece of shit messed my burger up again. Psst, low life. Da-da-da. Like, they don't care about the country. They don't care about us. They just care about money. What's Mr. Beansy Beans? Yep, they don't care. They don't. They don't. Mr. Beansy Beans, Biden still hasn't gone over to Hawaii. He's supposed to be going somewhere. I almost want to say Vietnam. I don't think that's it, but it's somewhere. He's going way over there before he goes to Maui or any of that stuff. He still hasn't been to Ohio. Ohio will be all cleaned up before old man Walter ever goes there, even though it's going to take like 25 years. Tumbleweed, I'm going to get a job at UPS if that's the case. See, I was thinking that too. I was like, yo, $40 an hour? That's pretty good to sit in a brown truck all day. But I guess being in the truck, part of that is the problem, is that those trucks are made with AC units, but then UPS pulls the AC out of them for whatever reason. And so I guess it gets deathly hot in the summertime, and then it gets terribly cold in the wintertime because there's no insulation in the trucks. You're just in a big aluminum can rolling down the street. So I guess that's like part of the biggest problem. The other part of the problem is that you are part-time for like years until a position opens up for you to become full-time. And in some places that doesn't even happen. You got to wait for an employee to die before you'll become full-time. So I guess that's the other part of the problem. And I've worked in factories where you start off as a temp. I've done that a couple times where you're a temp worker, so you get shit on like you're the rookie and all this. You get totally disrespected the whole time you're there because you're the temp worker. But at the same time, those companies don't accept new employees unless they come in as a temp worker. So it's not like there's any other way to get into the company. And then you're just treated like shit the whole time that you're trying to work. And then a lot of times you'll get to the end of your temp limit, and beyond that point you're supposed to be hired in, and they'll just fire you. They'll just get rid of you and bring in new temp workers, so they don't ever have to put any of you guys in the union. They don't have to worry about you having union rights and all that stuff, a board of union members to stand up for you. They don't have to worry about it. They got all their favorites on the union, and they'll just bring in temp workers, and they'll just keep cycling you out, paying you $10 an hour, treating you like shit, disrespecting you, having you cover the hours of union workers that decided to call in that day, just so you can not get a job at the end. Just to be fired one day abruptly, and now you got to go get a new job. And I've done that 2 or 3 times, just like that, and I'm not willing to do that with UPS. I'm not willing to do that with anybody. But I thought about it when I seen how much this UPS people were making, but nah. No, I don't want to be a part-time worker for 3-4 years in hopes of a $40 pay, because you don't make that when you're part-time. When you're part-time, you probably make minimum wage. And then when you get hired in, then you're part of the union, then you're full-time, then you get the $40+ dollars an hour, and you get to drive the big brown truck, and I guess it ruins your life, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm already dealing with a toxic relationship with the government and YouTube. I don't need to deal with UPS's shit. So, I mean, I don't know. Miss Jamie, why no Rumble today? I don't know why you would say that. Because there's 90 people over on Rumble, and I posted the Rumble link to the top of the chat on YouTube, Miss Jamie. Come on, man. I did everything I was supposed to do. We're live on Rumble. Tumbleweed, okay. So, I'm not going there. I'm not... You're welcome to try. That's just my personal experience with everything, and because of my personal experiences, I'm just not willing to go give UPS a try. If I get real desperate, I guess I will. We'll see. We'll see. Just flipping through the chat really quick before we move forward. What's up, No Mandates? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Melissa? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Hillbilly at Heart? Happy freedom. Tumbleweed, you have an LLC? So you probably already know about the tax changes, and so I keep seeing articles about it. Kevin, did you get Mount and what is this? Mount and Blade Warband yet? I don't even know what that is. But I'm gonna Google it. Google it. No, but that looks cool. I'll check it out after the live. Thank you for letting me know, Kevin. It's free with PlayStation Plus. Awesome. Yeah, thank you for letting me know. I'll check it out after the live. Gary, they have insider trading. Do as we say, not as we do. That's exactly how everybody on Capitol Hill works. Mojag. I thought there was no live 2 until I saw that. I don't know why people have such a hard time getting to my Rumble. It's always been like that. Ever since I started my Rumble account, it seems like people have a hard time getting to it. I think it's because there's the main account and then there's the channel, which I don't know why Rumble does that. But there's the Great Jeff Mack on Rumble, which is the account. And then there's Jeff Mack, which is the channel. And for some reason, you can subscribe to them separately. And I think you can also join the membership program separately. I don't know for sure because I don't never go live as the account on purpose. I always go live as the channel. So I don't know why they made it confusing like that. And then you add locals into it, and then people get really confused. So I don't know. It is a rabbit hole of confusion. And I got my Screaming Goat t-shirt today. That's so awesome. Thank you, Annette. That's so awesome. I want to get one so bad. I'm just really hurting for money right now. I can't be spending money. I got demonetized on YouTube, and I'm probably running on borrowed time. I don't know that we're going to make it, but I really appreciate everyone who's been showing support, joining the membership programs outside of YouTube to make sure that we can keep running. But I've been really holding on to dollars here, but I want to get a Screaming Goat hoodie. That's what I want to get. So we're going to move on to this next video. It's titled East Bay Cops Arrested in FBI Raids. Got some crooked cops. They said 40% of the police force got caught up in these raids. Like, how did nobody know? You lost 40% of your police department because they're corrupt, but nobody knew they were corrupt? I don't believe that for a moment.
Good afternoon. I'm Andre Senior. We begin with developing news in the East Bay now. Several Antioch and Pittsburgh police officers have been arrested in connection with an 18-month-long FBI investigation into an alleged criminal network of law enforcement officers. According to the East Bay Times, the FBI rounded up the officers early this morning in a series of raids around the Bay Area. The raids followed indictments handed down by a federal grand jury in San Francisco. It accuses the current and former officers with a wide range of offenses, including criminal conspiracy. The indictment is sealed until 3:30 this afternoon. Now, the arrests mark the end of an investigation that started early last year after a tip to the FBI and Contra Costa District Attorney. That probe widened to include alleged violent crimes, drug trafficking, and scandals. After seizing several officers' cell phones, investigators stumbled upon thousands of racist and homophobic text messages involving dozens of Antioch police officers, shedding light on racism within the department. It's resulted in about 40% of the department being put on paid leave. In a statement to KTVU this morning, Antioch Mayor Lamar Thorpe says, in part, quote, "Today is a dark day in our city's history as people trusted to uphold the law allegedly breached that trust and were arrested by the FBI. As our city absorbs the tragic news, we must come together as one. Today's actions are the beginning of the end of a long, arduous process." We'll keep you posted.
40% of the police department was corrupt. They were found to be racist and other slurs. So they laid off pretty much. They didn't even lay them off. They gave 40% of the department paid time off in response to that. That's gonna fix the corruption in that police department. That's gonna fix everything. Just pay them to be at home. They could be corrupt at home, beat their wives and dogs and stuff at home, their kids and all that stuff. Just be corrupt at home. Don't do it at work. We'll pay you to be at home and be corrupt. Yeah, that's gonna fix everything. That's gonna fix everything. I bet the 60% of officers that are still left at that police department are kicking themselves right now. They're like, man, we should have been a part of that. We got to come to work to get paid. These guys, they do something wrong, they get to go on vacation. They get paid vacation. I bet they're kicking themselves right now. Everything is so upside down. It is so upside down, and I'm really sick of it. Really sick of it. Guess some 10 officers total. Only 2 were active. I don't know. I'm so tired of the corrupt people. I know I can't do anything. I think that's what makes me like so bitter about it. It's like I could be in a 55, I'm doing 56. I'll have 6 cops come out of nowhere, come out of the sky, just drop a cop cruiser right on my car, right on the Subaru, crush me in the car, hold me at gunpoint, accuse me of conspiracy, of being a white supreme pizza and all this other stuff, take me to jail, beat me while I'm in jail, have the judge say they don't believe me, all this stuff for being 1 mile an hour over the speed limit. That's how my life runs. My life is like that all day. And it's not unfair treatment necessarily. It's really strict treatment. I am held to the standard. And I don't know if it's God doing it or what, but I am held to the standard. So I believe in the standard. And then I see these assholes out here doing 65 and a 55, waving at cops as they drive by. I'm like, but if that was me, if that was me, it'd be taser. Like, what the hell? So I'm bitter about it. I don't want people to be corrupt. I want people to do the right thing, even when no one is looking. Just do the right thing, because it's better to be a good person, but I don't know. Get some tell him you can't breathe. No ticket. Oh, that didn't work for the last guy. I shouldn't laugh at that, but you know what I'm saying. Didn't work for the last guy. I don't know. What's up, Miss Jamie? You made it over to Rumble? I'm doing all right. I hope your day's going pretty good too, Miss Jamie. Raja, yeah. Paid leave for saying the N-word. Yeah. It sounds even crazier when you say it out loud like that. Yeah, just paid time off. Just doesn't make any sense. Breezy, you're in that boat too? Under strict measure. I just tell myself it's because God has something big planned for me. And there's not enough time for me to be in jail and doing all this other stuff. Jail, paralyzed, dead, any of that kind of stuff isn't going to work for God's plan. So he's holding me to the strict standard. So I learn to uphold the standard even when no one is looking. That's what I believe. So I just follow it. I just do what I'm supposed to do even if ain't nobody here to hold me to it. That way I know I'm good to go. Bad things start happening, I assume it ain't going to happen to me because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. That's my plan anyways. Let's see. Raja, please don't think I'm a bad person. I would just love a paid vacation. Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair. You do something wrong, you get paid vacation. It's not right. What's up, neighbor guy? Happy freedom. He's like, what up, nerds? You came to the right place. Appreciate you being here, neighbor guy. Mr. Beansy Beans. San Francisco's going down the toilet. Yep. San Francisco is... There's so many lost cities now. And I'm kind of surprised that we don't see it in the news more, but I think it's because it's not breaking news. You don't see Portland and Seattle and San Francisco and New York and Atlanta. I mean, we get quite a bit of Atlanta, I guess. But all those other severely blue, burned down places that look like they smell bad, I don't never see news coming out of there. And I think it's because it's just another day. It's just, oh yeah, somebody robbed the bank, another day. Oh, the school bus of kids were all shot. No, it's just another day. So I feel like it doesn't even make the news. Just another day over there. The Rosa, don't tase me, bro. I'm saying. Bo, police unions. That's probably what's saving them. Is because they're unionized. You can't just fire those people. Just reading through the chat really quick. We're going to be moving forward to the last video, I believe it is, that we're going to show on YouTube. AB used to live in Antioch. The city council and governors are raging liberals. Well, we could have guessed that. Could have guessed that with their police department kicking the bucket there. The governor just had a DUI. Oh, the mayor did? Yeah, that place sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. What's up, MD Cyrun? Happy freedom. When I was on probation as a young lad, I had pretty strict 2-year probation. My probation officer was on tether for driving under the influence. And he was a strange person, really strange, because he had a scar that went like this all the way around. Like somebody tried to crack a smile through his neck. I don't know what happened to him, but he never smiled, and his name was Jeff. And we sat in that room, 2 Jeffs, with his gun on the desk pointed at me. And he hated my guts. And I was just the brightest, smiling, outstanding person that I am today. I was bright and shiny. I was actually still going to high school because I was so young, being charged as an adult. And I'd go in there with my book bag and he'd yell at me and slam his pistol down on the table. What the fuck are you smiling at? Just you, bud. Happy to be here. He used to hate my guts. And one day he discharged me because I paid all my fines and I didn't do anything wrong for a year and a half. So I got off 6 months early for good behavior, for being a good hooligan. Hillbilly at heart, the news has been keeping the facts away from the public for years. Easy to control. That's true. That's true too. I guess if you just show the locals all the chaos going on in town, they might move away. They may fix the problem. So I mean, I guess I could see why it wouldn't make the news. So this next video is titled Lahana Residents Sound Off on Realtors Looking to Buy Destroyed Property. Now that's a really interesting title. But this video shows all kinds of stuff. It shows, it's a really good summary of everything going on. All the different stories I keep hearing about this is all wrapped up in this video. The government's trying to get the property. People who have a lot of money are trying to swoop in and buy the damaged property. There was no sirens when the catastrophe was happening. So people didn't even know that the island was on fire until they were hearing screaming in the streets. Or waking up to their house being on fire, if they were lucky enough to wake up. Firefighters showed up, had no water to provide in relief for all of this. They couldn't put the fires out. Fire hoses, no water. It goes on and on and on. There's a bunch of suspicious stuff about this catastrophe that happened over there. Let's go ahead and get this started.
While life in West Maui remains uncertain, one thing is for sure. Residents are furious over the local government's response. You see, typically, when there's a fire, you use water to put it out. But Maui's Department of Land and Natural Resources delayed the release of water to landowners to help protect their property from the wildfire. In fact, they even disputed the release of water for hours after the West Maui Land Company made a request to release it. Maui survivors are even telling reporters they had to grab water out of their toilets to fend off the flames.
I was grabbing water out of the toilet. I was grabbing water out of my Brita filter in the refrigerator. It's a kind of disconcerting feeling when the fire guys show up and they don't have water.
According to the deputy director of the Department of Land and Natural Resources, Kaleo Manuel, water isn't a tool.
We've become used to looking at water as like something which we use and not necessarily something that we revere. But that's totally different in this Western capitalistic kind of economy that we live in. It's very extractive, individualistic approaches. Let water connect us and not divide us. Like we can share it, but it requires true conversations about equity.
Last time I checked, water puts out fires. Progressive mumbo jumbo doesn't. Water wasn't the only issue during the wildfires that swept through West Maui. Residents had no idea a fire was coming until they stepped outside their homes and saw the flames on their doorsteps.
I did not receive a warning until I was already getting in my truck to get out of there. Not a single one of my roommates got a warning at all. We got, the notice we had was just screaming from the streets.
Many took to social media, begging for answers as to why the local government refused to sound the alarm that a wildfire was rapidly approaching. But the state officials say no regrets.
Do you regret not sounding the sirens?
I do not. The sirens, as I mentioned earlier, is used primarily for tsunamis.
Officials neglected their duties to protect the people they claimed to represent. They had other priorities. Just like in 2019, when Hawaiian Electric vowed to invest in fire-resistant technology, and instead they invested nearly $85 million in climate change policies, like divesting from oil and investing in renewables. Now that same company is under heavy scrutiny over indication that its power lines may have ignited the wildfires that has now taken over 100 lives. And the people of the once beautiful town of Lahaina, many of them are left to fend for themselves and their neighbors with very little answers and a whole lot of miscommunication. And now they have to fight off vulture capitalists from tricking people into buying their property.
Some of the things that's already been happening is realtors are calling families who lost everything, offering them to buy their property and their home for pennies on the dollar, just pennies on the dollar. So it's pretty offensive to us that people won't even give us the time to grieve properly.
Greedy vulture capitalists aren't the only ones eyeing Lahaina property. Vulture bureaucrats are peeking around the corner, too.
Some people may feel the need to relocate, and I'm already thinking about ways for the state to acquire that land so that we can put it into workforce housing, to put it back into families, or to make it open spaces in perpetuity as a memorial to people who were lost.
I don't know. Something suspicious is going on there. Have a catastrophe happen, not the first one, not the 5th one, not the 100th one this year. Between all the derailed trains and everything else going on across the country this whole year that we've been covering, there's something suspicious going on the island. They didn't let anyone know that the island was burning. They didn't provide water to put the fire out because the water's racist, or whatever that guy was talking about. We don't need the water to divide us. We need it to unite us. Water can be used to bring us all together. What the hell are you talking about, dude? Like, what are you talking about? I don't know. Something suspicious is going on. You got people, millionaires, potentially billionaires, trying to buy the property that's all in rubble right now. And then the government is trying to obtain the property to develop it for their own purposes. Something weird's going on. Something weird is going on. Do they not have conservatives on the island? Is that what's going on? Is it turning into Portland? Because that's kind of what it sounds like. That's kind of what it looks like. They're just missing protesters and homeless people. Well, they give it enough time, they might have homeless people now. But something weird is going on the island. And none of us can really do anything about it. It's not like we could drive there. So it's probably really easy to manipulate what's happening there because you'd have to be there to know what's actually going on. Something suspicious. Serum, he's referring to water-based lube. That's probably what it was. That's the unity he was looking for. Pumpkin, they want to build a smart city. I believe it. I keep seeing more and more information about those 15-minute cities. They're going to have us living in high-rises, shopping in high-rises. We'll spend our whole life in the building. We'll work in the building. I believe it. I believe it. Let's read through a chat really quick before we cut YouTube off because everything we have left is too spicy for those YouTube community guidelines. DCAT, this is a huge, huge land grab. It was designed that way. I'm just saying. I'm thinking so. This seems very much done intentionally. You wouldn't, if this was a natural disaster, you wouldn't see so many people trying to benefit from it in every single way possible. Yeah, disaster happens and you see a lot of celebrities start making videos about how much they care and all that stuff. And they try to benefit that way, a little bit of publicity because the internet's on fire for the tragedy and they benefit off the keyword usage and stuff like that. But these people are trying to, they're not helping the people, hoping, basically just waiting for them to kick the bucket, trying to get the locals to kick the bucket. You don't warn them that the stuff's on fire. You're not providing resources to help them now that they're homeless and devastated. And then while that's going on, nobody's caring for the families and the people of the island. Everybody else is trying to obtain the property that was just destroyed. I don't know. And then on top of that, we're only hearing the information they're allowing us to hear. Because again, we don't know what's going on unless we were actually there on the ground. And I don't know. And they were saying that stuff was down. When it was happening, that there was loss of access to the internet and loss of access to your phone and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. It's too much coincidences. I think it was done on purpose. What's up, CL baby? Happy freedom. Appreciate you being here. What's up, Kimberly? Happy freedom. What's up, Cheeseburger O? Look at everybody coming in. What's up, Rappy? Let's read through chat a little bit more before we cut off YouTube. Matt, the video of the guy talking about racist water is old. We'll have to look into that. I don't know much about the islands and all of that stuff. Linda, Hurricane Hillary heading to California. I seen that yesterday. They named it Hillary, and I was like, yo. Everybody's going to have a note in their pocket when they come and find all the bodies, saying they did it to themselves. They're going to go on the news. They're going to be like, all these people died from a mysterious accident. Just mysteriously died. Hillary Hurricane had nothing to do with it. Alright, hooligans. I'm going to drop that Linktree link in the YouTube chat so you guys can check out all the live streaming platforms. If you don't prefer Rumble, I suggest you go to jeffmaclive.com. It's the best place to be. But we're cutting off YouTube because the community guidelines are too strict for these next truths. This next video talks about a terrorist attack that we all experienced back in 2001. I can't tell you what it is because now there's community guidelines against it. But the terrorists that committed that attack, they're trying to take death penalty off the table. I have a lot to say about that. And then we will be wrapping things up with a video that is titled Liberal Media Pushes Compliance Cloths Again, Even in Your Own Home. So we're going to be talking about that everywhere except for YouTube because the community guidelines suck. So if you're over on YouTube, make your way over to Rumble. The link is posted at the top of the chat. If you would like to try out any of the other live streaming platforms that we are currently live on right now, take advantage of the link tree. You can find the link tree link in the description if you didn't see it in the chat that I just posted. And check out all the platforms that we're live on. Find one that you're most comfortable with, because YouTube sucks. So get used to leaving YouTube for the good stuff, because that's the way the world works. Until YouTube gets bought by Elon or me or somebody else, they can fix it. Your time to leave is now. Alright, hooligans, sit tight. Gotta wait for the video to catch up because of the delay and whatnot. I'm cutting YouTube off. You hear me flipping my chapstick? I'm stressed. I'm stressed.